So a double rejection for Forest in the space of the last 24 hours, and there's only hours left in the transfer window. Are we going to get any business done? Welcome to your transfer news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your Forest transfer news. Coming up, I'll give you the details on why Frattesi isn't happening from Inter. There's been a massive rejection from a left back from Italy as well. Forest always goes shopping in the same areas. And I'll give you a couple of extra thoughts on the match from yesterday. So make sure you've hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you're following us over on Facebook. Scan this QR code or click on the link. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So the Frattesi deal is finito. It is done. And is this because the player has rejected us? No, not quite. It's more to do with Liverpool. Let me explain. So Inter were prepared to let Frattesi go to Forest. Frattesi was pretty much set that he would consider coming to Forest, but Inter wanted a replacement for him if they were going to let him go. The replacement they wanted was Curtis Jones from Liverpool. But Curtis Jones has made it crystal clear that he does not want to leave Liverpool. Be that just for Inter or in general, I don't know. And because of that, that domino didn't fall over. And therefore, the Frattesi domino doesn't fall our way. And I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Like I say, he's not a player I fully rate. I think we can do better. Are we leaving things too last minute? Of course we are. This is Forest. We will do a live deadline transfer stream. The deadline's tonight at 7, so we'll probably kick it off around 6 or something. Take you through that with the boys and everything, so make sure you tune in. So this one is dead. And then there's been talks of another Celtic one. We'll get into that maybe on the video later on or on the live tonight as that develops. And then Forest were going after Gosens as well. This is the second one that came through over the last few hours. So Gosens has now rejected Forest. This is a flat out rejection. He doesn't want to come to Forest. He wants to stay at his current club because he prefers to fight a relegation battle in Italy than he would in England. I'm not even joking you. Let me just quickly read you some of the highlights on this one. So Forest's pursuit of Robin Gosens appears destined to be in frustration as the Premier League club, I can get my teeth in, attempted to get the German over from the Serie A. Forest expects to make a final effort to bring the 31-year-old, but it's been described as very complicated, and the main hurdle is himself. He doesn't want to leave. He hasn't put a transfer request in, and he wants to stay put right now. It goes on to say that he thinks his form has come into form as of late, and he's happy to stay where he is at Fiorentina. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't want this guy either. He's 31 years old. His best football for me and his best times were when he was at Atalanta and at Inter. And right now, a 31-year-old just doesn't cut it for me. He is playing more left back, so with Neco Williams being suspended, I believe that's for one game, by the way. Forest are going to need some form of backup, letting Zinchenko go and everything else. We are a bit short when it comes to fullbacks. Is he the answer? Short term, yeah. Long term, no. He's a good left back, but we can do better. We can do better. And I know some of you are going to say, look where we currently are. We're 17th in the league table. How can we do better? We can't attract these players. They're rejecting us left, right and centre. I'm telling you now, Wolves as the bottom club in the Premier League have more pull, in my opinion, than a team sitting 8th in Serie A or the French League or the Bundesliga, because the Premier League has its own special kind of pull and the Premier League has money. So he's gone. Now, what we haven't really covered off, because we are literally in the final day of the window, final hours of the window right now. I think this hasn't been a great transfer window. When you look at it, we've brought in Ortega from Man City. I think that's a good keeper. He's definitely going to probably get a few games now with the injury to Sels. We'll cover that off in a second. And also Luca from Napoli. That kind of pretty much feels it so far. Do I think Marinakis is going to sit on his hands in the last few hours and not get players over the line? I think no. But as it stands right now, at the time of recording this video, we've had an atrocious transfer window. This needed to be a transfer window where we got players in to help steady the ship and elevate us back to where we should be playing, not battling it out down here with the likes of bloody West Ham and Burnley and so on and so forth. And we've got a European campaign. It's such a yin and yang season right now in terms of Forest could go on and qualify for the Champions League, or we could be sweating it out with those bottom three. So I do still expect some transfers coming in. Forest are desperately trying to get a left back, especially with Neco's suspension. They want another central midfielder, and I still think we need another winger. So I expect maybe, hopefully, 2 more at least in the final hours. But this is now beat the buzzer when it comes to Forest. Okay, so that's some transfer news updates for you. We'll keep you, as up to date as we can. We'll do it live later on. It's always good fun. That deadline day stream is very popular with you guys, so make sure to tune in for that. Let's touch a little bit on the Forest Crystal Palace match. And I warned you guys before the match, in the build up to the match, stop overhyping Forest winning games that they should definitely win. We've seen this script too many times. And we saw it again yesterday. Take a 1-0 lead. Bit of a basketball match in the first kind of half hour of that game. Forest then start to get deeper and deeper and deeper. And then a moment that you wouldn't expect from that player in Neco Williams at all. Like, out of all the players, if you said to me before the match, I'm going to tell you that a player is going to handball the ball on the line to prevent a guaranteed goal, get himself sent off, give the opposition a penalty, and make them go level, tell me the names on that list. Neco Williams would be at the bottom of that list for me. So Forest is just, I'm not even like angry at it because I've seen it too many times. I'm numb to it. I'm absolutely numb to it. But I didn't like the second half performance in terms of how deep we sat against the Crystal Palace team that were void for ideas on how to break down that defense. You can look at it either way. You can look at it, you're 10 men down, God knows. That would be, wow, even Forest at that level. But anyway, you're a man down against 11 men. You're going to try and hold out for a win. I get that. For a point, I get that. But at the same time, at some point in that second half, you got to be like, they have no clue how to break us down. They got nothing to penetrate us with. Let's go and win this game. We're at home. I hate to say this, but look at Brentford against Aston Villa. Away to Aston Villa. They weren't even the home team. They go a man down. They score a goal. Then you block your way into the win. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it could have been so different. Us sitting on 28 points, level with Palace. Would have been level with Spurs if Man City didn't crap the bed. But we move on to this Friday and Leeds United. Am I confident about Leeds? Hell no. Out of the 3 games we got coming up, that Palace one, the Leeds one, and there's Wolves, isn't it? That Leeds one is the one I have the least expectancy on, which probably means it's the most likely we get the win from. It's just how Forest works. So I'm not disappointed by yesterday. I expected it. Therefore, I can't really be too mad. But it just does feel like an opportunity missed to put some serious daylight and move us up a notch or 2 on the table. But anyway, we'll get the boys' thoughts on that as well in between all the transfer news coming up this evening on the transfer day deadline. And Forest, you need to do some business because right now this transfer window is looking very, very weak. But there's your 2 rejections. Make sure you've liked, make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you this evening. Come on, you Reds.